Late at night, when the world is quiet and only the sound of a distant engine hum breaks the silence, the story of the forgotten passenger begins with a bus traveling along an empty road, its headlights cutting through the darkness as the driver notices a lone figure standing at a deserted stop. The man appears pale, almost translucent under the flickering streetlight, but the driver does not question it and opens the doors. The passenger enters without a word, choosing the very last seat at the back of the bus, his silence creating an unsettling atmosphere for the handful of other late-night riders. They glance nervously in his direction, sensing something strange about the way he moves and the cold air that follows him, but none are brave enough to speak, and the bus continues deeper into the night. The journey grows darker, and passengers begin to whisper among themselves about the eerie presence sitting quietly in the back. The forgotten passenger does not blink, his eyes fixed on something unseen, and his reflection is missing from the windows. The bus driver, checking through the rearview mirror, begins to sweat as he notices that no matter how often he looks, the man seems to shift slightly, his posture never staying the same. One passenger, curious but frightened, decides to confront the figure, but as she approaches, she feels the air grow icy, her breath visible despite the warmth inside the bus. She asks him where he is going, and in a chilling voice that echoes unnaturally, he replies, "I am looking for the last stop." The words echo through the vehicle, and a heavy silence falls over everyone. Fear grows as strange sounds begin to creep through the bus, faint whispers that seem to come from beneath the seats and scratching noises against the windows. The forgotten passenger remains calm, his eyes glowing faintly as if lit from within. The bus driver considers stopping but finds the road has stretched into a path he does not recognize, twisting into fog and shadows, with no signs, no exits, only endless darkness. Passengers start to panic, some crying, others praying, while the forgotten passenger begins to hum a low, haunting tune that fills the bus with dread. The melody is unfamiliar yet feels ancient, as though it has been heard in nightmares before. Suddenly, the lights flicker, and one of the passengers vanishes without a sound, leaving only their belongings behind. Screams fill the bus as others beg the driver to turn back, but he cannot. The forgotten passenger simply smiles, revealing teeth too sharp for a human, and tells them the journey has only begun. Each passing mile brings more terror as the bus grows colder, frost forming on the windows, and shadows stretch unnaturally along the walls. The passengers realize they are no longer on any earthly road but traveling through a realm where time and space no longer exist, trapped with the entity they should have never picked up. The driver, trembling, finally asks who the passenger truly is, but receives only silence as the figure slowly stands, his body flickering like static, his form shifting between human and something monstrous. The whispers grow louder, almost chanting, as the forgotten passenger raises a hand and points toward the front of the bus, guiding it deeper into the abyss. Passengers collapse in despair, their screams swallowed by the suffocating darkness, as one by one they disappear, erased from existence as though they never lived. The bus itself begins to fade, its metal frame groaning like a dying creature, until only the driver and the forgotten passenger remain. When dawn breaks, the bus is found abandoned on the side of an old highway, every seat empty, the driver missing, and no trace of the passengers who once boarded. Only one chilling detail remains: in the last seat at the back, faintly etched into the window, are the words "the last stop," a reminder that the forgotten passenger still waits for his next ride, searching for new souls to accompany him on his eternal journey.